Hey again, and welcome back to another competitive look at Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Tigre, breaking down things like frame data, move applications, and theorizing the character's strength. From watching the spotlight, this character seems to be pretty strong and might be a character I pick up if Sandy is not a returning character. I think it's worth quickly mentioning that the spotlight is 30 FPS, so the frames I talk about here may be inaccurate, not to mention that this could be subject to change in the full game. Without further ado though, let's take a look at El Tigre. First off, his jab appears to be frame 2, which is kind of insane, but you can see here Patrick gets out of hit stun quicker than El Tigre, though it's unclear if there are ISA frames here that would allow him to act much quicker. Here we can see his fair that comes out in frame 5, which is pretty quick for an aerial and looks like it has some good range. He also acts out of it pretty quickly, allowing him to get a follow-up, so it seems like a great aerial combo starter, though this looks like it may have been a slime cancel based on the effect. We then see the first glimpse of his neutral special, Rahido, which is more or less a Falco / PM Wolf Shine coming out on frame 1 as you might expect. It's also mentioned that it's a safe form of pressure on shield. He combos it into his up air that comes out in frame 5 and seems to be a strong juggle tool. We see a quick example of comboing Rahido into itself, which I'm guessing is much like comboing a fast faller with Falco Shine. Here we see the first usage of Dare and a pillar combo. The move coming out in frame 8, meaning it's going to be a little more difficult to use in neutral, but still quick in its own right. It's incredibly reminiscent of PM Wolf Dare. We can also see there is a good amount of follow-up potential with up air here, allowing him to connect his hit grab El Gancho, which comes out in frame 8, pulling him to his opponent and knocking them up while chasing them. The combo is continued with another pillar into a falling up air before hitting the ground into whatever this is that comes out in frame 8. It doesn't quite appear to kill, but sends pretty far nonetheless. Just from this clip alone, his combo potential seems limitless, and I think spacey players like myself will feel right at home with him. Here we can see the directional usage of El Gancho, and that since it's a hit grab, will not work on shields. It's also the first grounded usage of it we see, and it seems very rewarding to hit, having low recovery, putting the opponent in a great position for follow-up. We also see his up smash for the first time, and it's active on frame 6 and slides him forward a little. This is his side B, and I'm sorry if I butchered the name, Illusion, which comes out in frame 14, which is fairly slow but still not reactable. We also see the slime cancel version, which is the same speed but puts his opponent in more hit stun and at a better angle for follow-ups. The aerial version looks really strong since you can maintain your jump afterwards and go for a finisher, much like the clip here where we see a dare. This is his up B, and I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what the presenter called it here. More similarities to PM Wolf shown through here, since it's basically his flash side B that would kill on sweet spot, but it appears to be even better since it is fully 360. It's also active frame 11, which is really quick for this type of move. We also see a slime cancel up air as the finisher, which makes me think that the move itself might not kill here. However, we see an example of aerial side B into slime cancel up B into strong up air, which is interesting for several reasons. One is the fact that you can slime cancel up B into your strong up air. 2. The move does not appear to kill here, and 3. This is not necessarily a true combo, since you can see Patrick enter fall here, but it does show the application of it as a movement tool and can be great for chasing down either off stage or in juggle situations. His up tilt comes out in frame 3, which is another insanely quick move and appears to be a grounded combo starter that we see being comboed into his back air, another frame 3 move. I'm not sure if this is because El Tigre is an exception in terms of frame data, but Nasb 2 might end up being incredibly quick. His down tilt again is frame 3 and has very little knockback, which will probably allow it to be useful as a combo starter or confirm even until high percents. We also see another slime cancel fair in this combo, which leads me to believe that fair is somewhat laggy in return for its reasonable range, meaning you are required to slime cancel it in combos. There's also a small glimpse of a platform extension with the Rahido. His F tilt is frame 4, and as mentioned by the presenter, it's great for knocking opponents off stage. Likely a really nice spacing tool when playing grounded footsies that you can probably slime cancel to continue pressure. His dive kick is shown here as an edge guard, though it's unclear when it's active, but it looks about frame 10. There's also some really interesting things to note about this interaction. His dive kick does kill here, but it seems like you're required to slime cancel it, otherwise you will fall to your death. The other interesting thing is how after slime cancelling, Plankton is completely frozen in place. Meanwhile, El Tigre is actionable for a good amount of time. I'm curious whether this freeze is due to the knockback of the move, or whether this is a feature of slime cancelling off stage. While I said previously that you may need to slime cancel fair, this one is done rising and allows enough time for a jab follow up, which also seems nice as a reset at these low percents. Down tilt also leads into shine, which is nice. Yes, we're calling it shine now halfway into the video, which can also be comboed into up tilt. It does seem like shine into imagination. We also see a little Ken combo here, which is cool. You also can't really see how deep the blast zone is, but the dare puts you in a decent bit of lag, so you will fall for a while, though up B goes extremely far, thankfully. Here we see jab shine is a true combo, which is kinda disgusting, and also a really creative combo with a down angled hit grab, allowing you to immediately grab ledge after into a bear. Down tilt into up smash as the kill confirm seems to work very reliably, as you may expect. Strong up air is a short little dash that confirms into his up B, or vice versa if you're using a slime cancel. We also see that strong dare does not always lead you to your death if you're up high enough. The strong fair is shown here, and is more or less a strong attack good for edge guarding, as if he didn't have enough of those. Here we see a bear slime cancel extension into his nair, which we've seen properly for the first time and appears to be frame 5. We also get to see his up throw here, which reminds me of Falco up throw a lot because of the projectile follow up afterwards. And that's more or less all we've seen of El Tigre. This video is actually a bit longer than I expected it to be, but there was a lot of interesting things I didn't notice the first time watching the trailer, and I'm hoping you didn't too. I think El Tigre is going to be a really strong and technical character, so I'm looking forward to trying him out. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave some support, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.